What's going on, people? I wanted to chime in to kind of talk about 50 Cent in the book he wrote. He basically ended up dissing Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo in parts of the book, right? He kind of went over how their lack of success led to, you know, the crumbling of G Unit Records, right? So, in 50's book, he goes into detail about, how G Unit only lived one generation and that, it stopped at Tony Yayo and Lloyd Banks and how he wanted Tony Yayo to be the next 50 Cent or whatever. So, he's talking about Yayo and he says that, Yayo was trapped in that street mindset, right? He couldn't function in a business setting. He threatened investors. He had a lack of versatility. He was just an overall liability, and he couldn't grow as a business. So that eventually led to tension between them. And 50, of course, how ambitious he is. He's trying to figure out how they're not getting the same results that he was getting, and how come they're not displaying the same, type of ambition that he was when he first came out. And, he just kind of just said that they weren't hungry, Well, he said Yayo was hungry, but he just was, a hothead, a loose cannon. And, Lloyd Banks, man, a.k.a. Lazy Lloyd, right? He wouldn't market himself. He was a gifted lyricist, right? Like amazing bars, like projects and mixtapes, like legendary in some cases. But he wasn't comfortable being famous. Like he's making all this money and traveling the world, but he just wasn't comfortable being famous. There was some other things that happened too, some family things, some social things, but he refused to leverage social media to further his career. He failed to evolve with the times. Like 50 even mentioned in the book, he was like, "Hey, Lloyd, why you not out there trying to promote your music, man? Trying to let people know what you got coming, trying to build a buzz for yourself." And he was just like, "Man, Pac and Biggie never promoted on social media." He was like, "Man, you can't count them because they're dead. If they would have been alive, how do you know if they wouldn't have been on there leveraging social media?" So, it's conversations like that led to them falling out, and it's just like now, supposedly, Lloyd Banks has made a diss track. Looks like he did a remix to Cold Summer, and woo, I need to go check it out, man. That's his response to 50 and how he was kind of like going over some things in his book, and he was saying like 50 wasn't telling the whole truth. He wasn't going into all the details. He just brought up the things that he thought was convenient to make his book hot or whatever. So when y'all check out the video, see for yourself. But how do y'all feel about this? How do y'all feel about 50 going at Yayo and Lloyd Banks in his book? Do y'all feel like it was foul, it was left field, or do y'all feel it was justified? Let me know in the comments. Please don't forget to hit that like if y'all are just getting in. Hit that like button for me, and make sure that y'all hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so y'all can get all the new videos the moment they drop, baby. Get at me, Gia.